What if every bank on Earth just stopped? Not a slow-motion crash with bailouts and headlines. No, one random Friday at midnight, the entire global financial system flatlines. Accounts read zero. Cards are plastic confetti. Stock markets are tombstones. The cloud that held your life savings evaporates like breath on a cold barrel. And then, against every doomsday script ever written, humanity looks at the smoking wreckage, shrugs. And by Sunday night, we've built something that actually works better than what we just lost. Sounds insane, right? Stay with me, because this isn't hopium. It's what happens when 7 billion clever apes suddenly remember they don't need permission from a server farm in Virginia to decide what has value. The first 12 hours are pure animal panic. Cities convulse. Highways clogged with people trying to get their money out, even though there's nothing left to get. Supermarkets turn into mosh pits. Power flickers because the grid itself runs on automatic payments that just died. But here, it's the part nobody models in their collapse spreadsheets. The blackout hits on a weekend. Banks are closed anyway. Most white-collar gatekeepers are drunk or asleep. That tiny accident of timing becomes our first cheat code. While the suits are still looking for someone to blame, regular people start solving the problem sideways. Saturday morning smells like burnt coffee and adrenaline. You wake up to find your phone still works, because the telecom's Haven T realize they re-broke yet. WhatsApp groups explode. Someone posts a photo of a butcher in São Paulo accepting payment in cigarettes and eggs. Another screenshot from Lagos shows a fish market running on IOUs written on old election posters. By noon, the pattern is obvious. Wherever trust already existed before money, trade never actually stopped. Neighbors who hated each other on Friday are suddenly bartering tools on Saturday because the alternative is starving by Wednesday. The first survival insight slams home. Money isn't value. Money is just a story we all agreed to believe while it was convenient. Rip the story away and humans default to the oldest ledger in existence: reputation and relationships. By Saturday afternoon, the second miracle happens. Truck drivers, the invisible blood cells of civilization, realize nobody can pay them in dollars anymore. So they do what truckers always do. They form convoys and invent new rules. One Viro CB radio call out of Tulsa sets the tone. Listen up. I got 40,000 pounds of frozen chicken headed east. ILL deliverer. If every truck stop between here and Pittsburgh feeds my convoy and gives us diesel, we pay forward, not in cash, in delivery. Within 6 hours, the chicken convoy is a legend. Receipts are literally torn notebook pages signed with Sharpie. It works because diesel is still underground, food is still in warehouses, and drivers would rather keep moving than sit in a dead economy. The second survival insight: physical stuff didn't disappear. Only the permission slips did. Whoever controls the real atoms suddenly outranks whoever controlled the pixels. Saturday night is when the coders and the criminals save the world at the same time. A 19-year-old in Estonia who goes by Nelcat Forks, an old version of Bitcoin, strips out the proof-of-work bloat that needs megafarms of GPUs nobody can power anymore, and hard forks in a new consensus mechanism based on SMS messages and trucker CB channels. It's ugly. It's held together with spit and profanity, but it's offline first and spreads by Bluetooth and FM radio. At the same exact moment, every cartel and mafia that spent decades building parallel banking systems looks up and realizes Christmas came early. They already have armed couriers, encrypted radios, and warehouses full of things people suddenly want. By midnight Saturday, the Mexican cartels and the Russian Bratva are running the most reliable payment rails on the planet, because they never trusted banks in the first place. The third insight hits like tequila at a funeral. The underworld was always post-apocalyptic. Now the overworld just caught up. Sunday morning smells like possibility and gunpowder. Local Facebook groups have turned into bounty boards. We'll trade 200 rounds of 9mm for a working chainsaw. Need midwife in Detroit, offering lifetime supply of homebrewed insulin. Doctors, mechanics, farmers, and grandmothers who still remember how two can food become the new millionaires. In Rudal, Argentina, a cooperative of gauchos slaughters 1,000 head of cattle. smokes the meat over mesquite, and declares it the backing for a new regional currency called the asado peso. One steak equals one asado. It's backed by protein you can sink your teeth into, and it trades at parity with the old Argentine peso within 4 hours. The fourth survival insight: when digital money dies, anything that can't be eaten, worn, or shot instantly becomes worthless. Everything that keeps you alive becomes priceless. By Sunday lunch, the US military quietly makes the smartest move nobody will ever thank them for. Instead of trying to restore order with curfews and checkpoints, they open every base commissary to the public and start issuing chits redeemable for Mr. Ease, fuel, and medicine. Soldiers on the gate keep a ledger in grease pencil. It's martial law without the fascism. It's just calors and diesel issued by people who still have both. Veterans spread out into their old neighborhoods and become the backbone of what gets called the Sunday markets. Parking lots where tanks sit idle while civilians swap ammunition for antibiotics under the watchful eye of teenagers who suddenly matter again. Sunday 3 p.m. is the moment the weekend fix becomes inevitable. A live stream from a basement in Reykjavik shows a room full of sleepy developers, ex-central bankers, and one very confused Catholic priest hammering out the protocol. A global reset that recognizes every local currency, every IO ledger, every cartel note, and every military chit as legal tender for 90 days, while the world bootstraps something better. They call it the Polycrisis Polycoin. Half joke, half prophecy. The code is ugly. The governance is a Google Doc, but it's signed by people who control actual tanks, actual wheat silos, and actual fishing fleets. Today's stream hits 400 million viewers in 4 hours because everyone realizes this is the adult table finally admitting the children were right all along. Centralized trust is a bug, not a feature. Sunday night, the power comes back in patches. Not because the old banks are magically revived, but because diesel generators and solar priests have new marching orders. Streetlights flicker on in snow, Paulo running on cooking oil. Amsterdam's red light district never went dark because the ladies there have been off-grid since 1600 segundos. Laughter starts mixing with the sirens. In New Orleans, someone drags a grand piano into the street and second lines start forming for no reason other than people suddenly remember. Allowed to be happy, even when everything is broken. By Monday dawn, the old financial system is still dead, but 7 billion people have built at least 17,000 new ones before breakfast. Some will fail spectacularly. Some will be evil. Many will be beautiful beyond anything the old world ever allowed. The ATMs stay dark, but the baker on your corner now takes payment in jokes, bullets, or a promise to fix his roof next spring. And it works. Not perfectly, not fairly, but it works because humans are, at our core, a species that trades. Give us 72 hours without rules, and we don't descend into animals. We evolve into something the old system spent centuries trying to prevent. A planet of villages that accidentally became honest. So, the next time someone tells you society is only 9 meals from anarchy, smile and remember the weekend the banks died. We didn't eat each other. We threw a global potluck and rewrote the meaning of wealth before the leftovers went bad. And if it ever happens again, hell, we'll do it in a single afternoon next time. We've got practice now.